Recording is on, and today is the 25th April 2021. And we are doing, I said hi, Ambika, and we are doing, we are at Sunday call. How does it get any better than this? What else is possible? We are a Sunday call, and today's topic is allowance. Are we in allowance? I was asking myself, I'm doing allowance. Am I in allowance of the internet? Yes, it gets difficult sometimes to be in allowance. But you have to remind yourself that you have to be in allowance. So, what questions do you have? All the DJCCs and all the PES juniors that you function from, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, backward, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So, internet is on and we are here. Can you all hear me?
Yes, clear and loud.
People are also coming in late.
Sorry, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Kavita, Fiza, Salima, Suna, Sumona, Nipi, Sonal, and of course Navneeta. So Navneeta, how are you doing?
I'm being an allowance actually. For me, it is like COVID is there, it exists. Okay, I'm not choosing it. It doesn't interest me.
That's a beautiful
Can't hear you.
word. It doesn't interest me, yes. You have a
News,
choice in life, right?
yeah. News are coming. I'm listening. Okay, interesting point of view. I move on to do my things. I'm not ignoring it nor rejecting it. For me, it is hai. Big deal. We have corruption as well. Big deal.
Yeah. I read there was a nice WhatsApp message says everywhere there's COVID, so is God.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. There you go. Would you resist God? You wouldn't, right? So
If you have total allowance, you don't get caught up in the negative or the positive polarity of this reality.
I rather
Positive
use
or negative
that
is
time to do something.
yes.
I rather use that time to do something I love doing. For example, music or something. Why would I pull my hair thinking or reading about something that just, upsets me? No,
Yeah. So there was
not worth.
another WhatsApp message which was they were wearing a mask on the ears.
Oh wow, yeah, wow.
Na sun bura, na dekh bura, whatever, bura. I don't know. Really.
Kaval, Geetu is waiting.
Yeah, I've allowed her. Thank you, Mamta. So
Morning.
every way we are getting caught up in the stream of life and getting washed away with it, would you be willing to be in allowance and choice?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything doesn't allow that. Would you be willing to discern, get it all right, wrong, good, bad, awkward, all night, short, boys, and girls? Gary says, why go through it? Go around it. So, any questions? We can't go any further without the questions. I don't have a book to read. So, any
Uh,
questions?
can I ask something? Yeah,
Yes,
just
Ambika, go
came up
ahead.
just now. When Navneeta was just mentioning that when something is not really appealing or is upsetting or whatever, she chooses to distract herself with something which is enjoyable. A lot of times we all do that. But would that ignoring also be allowance or kind of
Is
avoiding
she,
this
so
or
she,
that? No,
Yes,
I'm
to,
talking about myself. If at all we are in that zone and there is something which distracts us or makes us happier, uh, vis-a-vis whatever's happening and things are really not in our control, is that really being an allowance of that
so
situation?
what is your choice? Are you ignoring or are you in allowance? That only you can tell.
See, at that moment you're completely distracted, and that issue, including COVID or any other, is out of your head. So it's kind of you're not looking at it, so it doesn't exist for you. But
No, it is. It's there. You don't have to look at it. What is the what is the idea and what is the value of looking at it?
I mean, I'm not saying intentionally putting it in our focus, but in spite of that, somebody known, you end up in a conversation. There's something which is
Hello, you are unmute yourself, darling.
I just did, yes. So I'm saying things do come across, and yet you don't get affected is one thing. That is probably where allowance is. But what if we intentionally choose to ignore it? Is that also allowance?
Tell me, is that you choose to ignore it? There's no energy. There's no charge. It's not troubling you. Not becoming the effect of it. What is it?
Well, totally distracted. It's like out of sight, out of mind for that period at least. So if
Does
you're in
that
music,
work?
you're
Does
completely
that work
present.
for you? Does that work
At
for
that
you?
moment, yes. But then when you get back to it, it again starts bothering. Is that allowance then in that case?
What is it that's bothering?
Any situation, like I'm saying, there's a lot of COVID. There could be some some emotional issues.
So you allow it to bother you.
No, you want to get over it. You want to not allow it to bother you. But till that is done, uh, how do
Are
you?
you just have to be aware as to what you're choosing.
Yeah,
Interesting point of view, or all the we have so many
absolutely,
million tools that
absolutely.
you can use it. It's your choice. You want to be in that energy and keep worrying about it and keep troubling yourself, or you say, okay, this is it. Now what
Yeah,
other choices do I have?
totally, totally. But just comparing the two situations is what I wanted to ask you. Just
So
for that. And that's what it is.
what would you get after comparing them? Are you defining them? Are you going
Choice.
into the story? Are you aligning and agreeing? Are you resisting and reacting? What if it was just yes, yeah, no? That easy.
Right. Yes. Sometimes it's that easy, sometimes just takes a little time. But it does
Yeah.
happen.
And that also is okay.
Absolutely.
That also is okay.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. You know, when you're being the yes no energy, and that can only be available to you, actually, available for you to choose it, to live from being in allowance. When you have a story, when you've defined it, when you've got all that piled up knowledge, education that you think you have, rights and wrongs and goods and bads, and then can you be yes and no? You can only be the energy of yes and no when you are out of all that. And then you are in allowance. Okay, COVID is there, fine. Am I choosing it? Allowances where nothing is right, nothing is wrong, nothing is good, nothing is bad, nothing is judged, and everything is just is. And if you're willing to live from the place of justice, then you have a choice. Okay. Then yes and no works like magic. You just ask a question and you get the yes without even, you don't have any points of view, definitions around. Ambika, did it help?
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
Ma'am, I
Everything
usually
is a choice. And when you're choosing, you get to have your life. So does every choice give you more of you? Or are you swayed? Are you swiped or wiped off by this reality? Allowance is interesting point of view. Whenever you are not functioning from an interesting point of view, you get caught up in the negative and positive polarity. You get caught up in the trauma and drama of this reality.
Rajeshwari waiting, Kamal.
Nobody is waiting. I can't see anybody adding people. Thank you, Mamta. If you're not doing interesting point of view, what are you doing? You are either aligning and agreeing or you are resisting and reacting, which locks you up and locks up your life. There is no freedom in polarity. Okay, I will wait till somebody asks a question.
Kamal,
Yes, Visa.
I don't know what happened last night. My husband, he got totally wild, angry man. I will not say young man,
I like that.
but but it was it was very shocking for me. And that was so sudden. And I started analyzing my situation, that why he's behaving like that. And the thing was,
Why is not a question.
okay, so, and the thing was, for the whole week he got TV remote in with him, and the next to him is his favorite first wife, that is his laptop. So, and last night I was interested. I don't know what happened to me. I was sitting on the couch and I said, I want to watch this program. And he started shouting and he was like, give me this remote and that. And I said, let me finish this because it's only 10 minutes left. And instead of listening to me, he started whinging and he started shouting like a typical Asian man. And अगली पिछली एक कर देने वाली बात कि जी पता नहीं क्या वोल्केनो अंदर भरा पड़ा था, मौका ढूंढ रहा था, and he busted out. And I was looking at him like, I was totally speechless, because I know that if I react, that will worsen my situation. So I only told him one thing, that for the whole week, you have this remote with you. And today I'm sitting here and I'm watching this program. No, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do that.
Okay, so if you were not going in the story, what would you be aware of?
Can you help me in? Okay.
Sorry, my puppy just walked in and I had to throw him out. Yes.
That's okay. I just want to know that, is it something within me that I get a reflection in him, or what?
You tell me. Who am I to tell you?
Oh dear.
You tell me what triggered. You tell me what energy was you.
Nothing triggered me, but I'm so shocked. Seriously, I'm so shocked and surprised. I tried to figure it out, but
It has never happened before.
no, it has been ages now.
Acha.
But after so long, this happened last night, and it's so.
So what are you aware of?
That what I'm not figuring out. And I'm trying
what if you didn't have to figure out?
I'm trying to get the answer that why this happened.
What would that answer bring?
And
What's
I got the answer that
what's the value of that answer that you're looking for, you're figuring out, you're trying to understand, stand under?
I got the answer because that is stuck here, because it's so, I feel so insulted that I'm just, I'm the
If you don't receive it, will you feel insulted?
Here you go. Yes.
Can you do something different?
Yes.
Can you be an
Okay.
allowance of that? And you're aware what triggered, what showed up, what was going on. Would you tap into that knowing, please?
I'm a bit confused. Seriously.
Confusion is great. Confusion means that you have less information. That's why you are confused. So what information is required here that you don't have? You have to be in allowance and ask questions. That is the only antidote.
Okay.
If you learn how to be in allowance, you are the most valuable person on the planet. For you and for everybody else.
So it means that I gave permission to myself that I accept whatever he said.
No, I'm not talking about accepting. I'm talking about allowance. There's a difference. Acceptance is you keep having a point of view, you keep defining it. You say, okay, I can't do anything, I don't have a choice. Okay, I will listen. That is acceptance. Allowance is, I wonder what brought that to him. It's him, nothing to do with you. Every way you buy that is got to do with me, you define it, you get into trouble for yourself.
Yes, I got that before going to bed, and I did not sleep with him. And I went to my daughter's bedroom and I said, I want to sleep with you. And she was more than happy. And I was like, let's watch movie. And I shift my attention. I said, nothing to do with me. It's all about him. Forget about it. But again, when I woke up in the morning and I was like, what the hell? Why that happened?
So that was allowance. That was allowance, going away and sleeping with your daughter.
No, I was escaping from the situation.
You know it all, woman.
That's why I'm sharing with you, so you help me in more clarity.
The worst case of global pollution is the toxic waste of the emotional garbage that we all have. We dump it on the earth. We dump it everywhere. And then we say how it happens. Look around and see where people are living from trauma, drama, and all shit there, emotional trauma, drama. And you can function from, you are a humanoid, you can function from perceiving, knowing, being, and receiving. What did you perceive? Instead of taking all in and becoming the effect of it? Okay, what's this? What can I do about this? Can I change it? How can I change it? 4 simple questions you will not ask.
And I don't know why he's behaving like a...
I don't know. You don't know? Truth?
I know.
Liar of the first order.
Liar. Okay. So yes,
So
I
I
got the
hope I
awareness.
hope you got awareness of where you're
Yes, that
functioning from and where he
I
is
was
functioning,
es- I was
and not
escaping.
go into any conclusion.
Yeah, last night I escaped that he's
Did
angry.
you? Could you? Did you? Could you?
Oh my God.
No. Being in allowance, being in allowance opens the door of receiving. Be in allowance of you first. Are you allowance of you?
Oh dear.
When you do anything like that, do you go after you?
No.
Actually, being in allowance is beginning of receiving. Source is you. That is not the source. You are the source. Source of receiving is a choice. Is a choice that you have.
Oh yes. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, guys. Any more questions?
I
What
have a
else?
question, ma'am.
Yes, Kavita.
How we can be the allowance of self? What exactly means?
क्या आप अपने आप को गुस्सा करते हैं कभी? क्या आप अपने आप को रॉन्ग करते हैं? बताते हैं कि आप रॉन्ग हो, आपको ऐसे करना चाहिए था, ऐसे नहीं किया, वैसे करना चाहिए था, वैसे नहीं किया, वो मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, वो मेरे पास लाइफ नहीं है, वो मैं कहाँ बैठ फंस गई हूँ, मैं कहाँ. डू यू गो इनटू दोस स्टोरीज?
Not more, but little.
You do, you still
I'm
do.
yeah, yeah,
But you are aware of them, right?
yeah.
So when you are aware of them, what do you do?
Going into wrongness of me.
When you aware of
When I judge someone others,
when you judge somebody other, and when you go into wrong, not do, don't go into wrongness of you, what else do you do?
asking a questions,
And
and be aware what can I do for this? How I can get out of this.
okay. So that means
My energy is not
why,
shifted.
Kavita, let's go step by step. When you
Yeah.
say you get out of it, means you make it wrong, कि वो गलत है, अब मैं इससे बाहर निकलूं.
Yes.
तो पहले तो गलत बना दिया ना.
Yeah.
तो अगर गलत है ही नहीं, तो अगर गुस्सा चढ़ रहा है तो थोड़ी देर गुस्सा करके देख लो. अपसेट हो तो थोड़ी देर अपसेट होके देख लो. उसको अगर रॉन्ग नहीं बनाना, अपसेट को और गुस्से को और कोई सिचुएशन को और किसी बंदे को. If you are in allowance, you can see what anybody else is doing. You can see, you are aware, you are conscious, you are present. But you do not align and agree, you do not resist and react. You are just aware. This is it. Now what? Now I want to choose it or not? Not from ये गलत है, ये wrong है, मैं ऐसे क्यों कर रही हूँ, मुझे ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, मुझे वो करना चाहिए, मुझे ये नहीं करना चाहिए. And then making your wrong and making others wrong and making the situation wrong. That is not allowance, darling. When you are in allowance, you can see what is. You don't.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Be the allowance of that. I am aware of what they are doing.
Without reaction, without alignment and agreement, without resistance and reaction.
No, I am reacting. How they
That
are
is not
doing like
allowance,
this.
darling. That is not allowance.
Yeah.
You're making it wrong. You're aware, and then you're making it wrong. It is very hard. It is very hard to maintain your anger, rage, fury, hate if you are in allowance for long. You can only do it for a little while and you say, oh my God, it's fruitless. What are we doing this for? What's the value of this? And you'll get out of it. So allowance is the key. If you want to save yourself, if you want to save the planet, if you just be, watch things. Do you have a point of view about ये पेड़ ऐसे क्यों नहीं जा रहा वैसे जाए, ये घास यहाँ क्यों उग रहा है वहां क्यों नहीं उग रहा?
No, I don't have that point.
So what is the value of having a point of view that ये ऐसे क्यों नहीं कर रहा, वो ऐसे मेरी तरफ मेरे जैसे क्यों नहीं कर रहा? You may want to practice that, and of course others to around you will get, you become an invitation for them to choose that too. But at the same time, having said that, you have to be aware of not getting abused. Don't get abused, and don't do abuse. I mean, I don't know if that's the right English.
I think I every time abused by others.
What makes you allow them to do that? Do you abuse yourself?
No.
You do. You go on. Sorry for saying that. You just now said that you are you find faults and you make yourself wrong and make others wrong. That is also not kindness. Going into stories is not kindness. Making people wrong is not kindness. Making you wrong is not kindness. That's abuse. So first take a paper and a pencil and write down what, and ask a question, what universe show me, give me, not show me, give me the awareness of what abuse is. Where am I abusing myself? If you have allowance of things and don't have a desire to change them, they change. They will change. Your projection does not allow them to change. If you are trying to get them to change, sorry, not happening.
Yes, it's so light for me.
Yeah. So just write down where all am I abusing myself. Universe, show me where all I'm abusing myself. Pock and pot those, and then after that you choose. Choose greater, choose more for you. Is it making any sense?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So you take an energy, you look at an energy and your body perceives it heavy. Might be a situation, it might be a person walking, it might be you doing something, and you perceive the energy of heavy. Heavy means it matters to you, right? Something that matters to you would be light or heavy, right? Otherwise, दुनिया में बहुत कुछ होता है, आपको उससे क्या मतलब? So once anything you make matters, you make it significant, you make it solid, and you lock it in your body. Now, every time anything matches that shows up, that's going to get triggered.
Yes, it's happened. Every moment it's happened. Something is triggering me. Something is contracting me.
So you don't have to bother, you don't have to blame the other person for what is triggering you. In fact, they are the gift. They are reminding you again that this is triggering you. Look at it. Pock and pod it. Make another choice. Anything that matters, anything that doesn't matter, both. You are in allowance. In order to make it not matter, you already decided it matters. Otherwise, it wouldn't bother you, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't try to make it matter, not matter, matter, not matter. Who cares? If you were in total allowance of everything, nothing would ever matter or not matter to you. It just would be. And most of 98% of the shit that's going around is not even yours. How many knots in other people's bodies are you perceiving? In yours right now?
Yes, a lot.
There are
I
25.
want to solve it.
You want to solve that. You're making that wrong.
Yes.
So what are those knots? Maybe they are the gift. Who knows? What is it? What can I do about this? Can I change it? How can I change it? Can I have the awareness, please? What energy, space, and consciousness can I be to have total awareness and consciousness in this and total clarity in this universe? Can you show me give me total clarity as to what next? And every time you're choosing this, okay, if I choose this, what would my life be 5 years from now? What would my energy of my life be 5 years from now? And if I don't choose this, what would the energy of my life be 5 years from now? 10 years, 50 years from now? Light, go ahead, do it. It's easy, squeezy if you want to have it. But you want everything hard, tough, struggle. And it confuses you because you're buying into everybody's reality. You're seeing people around, you're giving value to it, matter, no matter. Naturally, you're confused. And at the same time, when people make things matter and not matter, how often do you get knotted in your body? क्या कर रही है? क्यों कर रही है? ऐसे क्यों करती है? ऐसे क्यों नहीं करती? इसको दिखता क्यों नहीं है? How often do you go into their universe, their bodies, to try to figure it out why people do what they do? And it confuses you. Would you like to be in allowance of all that and be present with what choices you have? Everything doesn't allow that. Would you be willing to destroy and get it all right, wrong, good, bad, pop, part, all nice, shots, boys, and beyonds? There's no freedom in polarity, guys. There's only positive and there's only negative, which means you have to judge. तो अगर जब आप जजमेंट कर रहे हो तो उसमें कहाँ फ्रीडम है? Nothing that doesn't match your judgment can come into your life.
It is like a Jakdo universe.
या वैसे ही दिखाती जो आपके दिमाग में चल रहा है ना वही बाहर दिख रहा, वही लोग दिखेंगे आपको, वही झगड़े हो रहे होंगे, किसी को फोन करेगा वही वैसी कहानी पड़ेगा वो आपको. Like I so often said, when I was pregnant, I looked at everybody who was pregnant. मुझे अभी आजकल वो दिखाई नहीं देती लेडीज. किसी के पास लाल कार है तो लगता है कि एक बार मैं लाल कार को देखने लग जाऊं. I wanted my red car when I wanted to buy my car, and I was looking at all red cars in the world, जो कभी दिखाई नहीं देती आजकल. So you are the creator. What is going on in your head the screen, the movie outside is exactly the same. You have to let go of all the judgments, and then you are on your way to freedom. You don't want freedom, right? What the fuck is freedom? Hmm. What are you talking about, Kaval? What is freedom? क्या हो गया? सब चुप है. वे चुप रहेंगे, हम चुप रहेंगे, हम नहीं बोलेंगे.
We were getting facilitated.
I like that. I like that.
Self allowance. है की ਹੁੰਦਾ?
दस तो मैंने 10 की ਹੁੰਦਾ.
I got some bit of it, and it's like, okay, let me admit this. I know I've heard all this, and I would not say I don't know, so I know it, but I am not in total allowance always. I'm not in self allowance always. But then why would a humanoid choose that? That is the question.
Yeah, why would you choose that? You tell me, why do you choose that? What's the value of that?
Unknowingly, it just happens.
Because
It's just there. Huh?
दूसरा भी तो हो सकता है. ये जो होता है वो क्यों नहीं होता? ये क्यों होता है वो क्यों नहीं होता?
As you said na, when you were facilitating Kavita, all this was coming ki हाँ कुछ गांठें हैं, and then something triggers. So I was like doing that clearing. What will it take to let go, let go, let go, and so
What choices do I have at the face of the triggers that I'm not choosing? And if I would choose it, would create an ease in my life, in my body, in my reality. Everything doesn't allow that. Would you be willing to destroy and get it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pad, on a short, boys and beyond. What if choice is only good for 10 seconds?
yeah.
If you make it only for 10 seconds, you can't solidify it. And if you don't solidify it, you have got more choices. You make choice in 10 seconds. You can never make a mistake. Okay, this not working, that one. Okay, fine.
When you're saying this, I'm feeling so lighter because there was so much heaviness around. It's like something is releasing. Thank you so much, Kaval.
Thank you. And if you can't make anything, if you can't make a mistake, you can't judge yourself. And if you can't make a mistake and you are in everybody and there's a oneness world and everybody else can't make a mistake, and who are you judging? You. And if you're not judging anybody, what are you being? You're being an allowance. But why would you want to be an allowance of you? Be an allowance of everybody else, but not and judge you.
हाँ, we are like कई बार सामने वाला चलो कोई बात नहीं, but then अंदर ही अंदर हम लोग तो कुड़ते रहते हैं ना. We keep saying things and we keep like contemplating. So
Are you willing to choose something different now?
this second, yes.
Because if you choose allowance, you have more choice. Otherwise, कहाँ choice है? Right and wrong में कोई एक दो ही choice है. जा right, जा wrong. जा negative, जा positive. Polarities. You have no choice. You live in no choice universe. Get clear as to what you would like your life to be, and get clear, and that depends on how you'd like to create your life, because you are the one who's creating your life in every now moment. Would you like to create it magnanimous, fabulous, or would you like to create it as pathetic pile of shit? Less choice, just a choice. There's somebody who's asking a question. गीतू को कोई आवाज मार रहा था. Anybody else with
Yeah,
any
I'll be
question?
back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, please. We've got 19 minutes, guys. Come on, show up. Any questions? Okay, so we say bye-bye.
Good morning, Gagan. Salima here.
Good morning,
Good
Salim.
morning, Salima. Gagan, I want to ask
गगन
you.
नहीं हूँ
like-
मैं गगन नहीं हूँ, मैं कमल हूँ.
Sorry, Kamal. Sorry. अब मैं आधी नींद में हूँ. That's why I'm sorry. मुझे ये पूछना था आपको कि I am now these days getting literally I feel as if my parents, I love them, okay, but I feel unknowingly I am doing detachment everything, but yet they are trying to absorb my energy and I'm getting really tired. I now तो 3-4 दिन से वो बार नीचे बिकॉज कोविड है, नहीं जा सकते बाहर, उनको बाहर जाना है तो नीचे उतर जाती, चलो लेके चलो. तो लिटरली I said what next to do कि I can go out and really okay, it's okay, and I don't feel guilty कि I'm not able to take care of them. मुझे वेकेशन
किसकी
चाहिए.
प्रॉब्लम है?
मेरी है.
एको क्यों कर?
अभी मेरी प्रॉब्लम है.
ये आप जरा म्यूट करो.
ओके.
हेलो. हाँ, आप ऑन करते हो तो मेरी डबल आवाज आती है. चलो, तो जब आप बोलोगे तो मैं बंद रहूंगी. जब मैं बोलूंगी तो आप बंद कर लेना. सो व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन हियर?
How do I free myself without feeling guilty? कि ओके पेरेंट्स ने हमारा सब कुछ किया और अभी उनको भी जरूरत है तो हम we are not able to be standing there for them always. आवाज आए आपको?
क्या पॉइंट्स ऑफ व्यूज आप कर लो जरा. तो आपके पास क्या पॉइंट्स ऑफ व्यूज हैं? व्हाट इज गिल्ट? इट इज अ डिस्ट्रैक्टर. सलीमा, वी कैन ओनली टॉक व्हेन यू म्यूट. Can we play this game, Salima? When I talk, you don't talk. When you talk, I don't talk. Okay?
Cover
Cool.
just one suggestion. Someone has logged in from 2 devices. Only then this happens. So the other device should be on mute.
So are you locked in? Are you functioning from 2 devices, Salima?
No.
कवल आप अपना चेक करो.
मैंने तो बंद कर दिया था. मेरा पहले था. That's why I switched it off. Because it's only with her that otherwise I'm okay.
Yeah. So could be. Then you play the game. Mute, unmute. Thank you.
So, first of all, guilt is a distractor implant. It's distracting you from. And all the points of view that you have, a good daughter is, a good mother is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn on a short, boys and beyond. So would you please ask yourself questions? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? What works for you works for everybody, right? When you make a choice that's light, means it works for everybody. You are functioning from the oneness. So anything that would allow any that's thought is gone. Okay. So what next? You tell me. I'm blank at the moment. Ask me a question.
I got what you're saying. तो इसी कश्मकश में I am there from many days and I am being very, what do you say, being firm with myself कि नहीं detach Salima because it's time to move on and detach. Okay. तो ये process में my body is going through lots of aches and pains also. Oh, a lot of pains and aches. अभी भी थोड़ा बहुत है, सर्दी हो जाती है, तो grief is coming out. All that is coming out.
So is it coming
What all
out?
I did not do, what all I did not do for so many years, I was unable to make my career, whatever which happened. So उसका जो बोलते हैं ना छूट रहा है पूरा. So body aches and pains a lot.
So,
And being a channel, I receive so many messages. It's like overflow and
can you mute yourself?
yeah.
So now you're playing the story of making yourself wrong and making them wrong. Is that working for you? What if there was nothing wrong? There was only a choice. Is it necessary that you have to make either you wrong or somebody else wrong? What if you both could be right and you chose what works for you?
That will be awesome.
Can that be?
जो थोड़ा डर है ना वो बाहर निकालने का because like my family from mama's side they'll message on WhatsApp, parents you have to do blah blah, she's done so much, so that puts you into a binding and obligation. Okay, what are you trying to do?
Are you in the same reality? Do you want to have one foot in that reality and one foot in this reality? So if you're not, if you're choosing something different and you know all these are distractor implants, have you done distractor implant class or read a book? So I would recommend that. I would recommend for you to read the distractor implant book, because all these things from this reality are distracting you from being who you truly be. There is nothing wrong. If there was nothing wrong or right, why are you buying into? What makes you buy into them? Buy into these stories that people give you, send you the WhatsApp messages. There are so many WhatsApp messages of COVID. Do I read them all? Do I buy into them? What are you choosing? Are you choosing same as everybody else? You want to fit in, you want to be normal, or you want to be you?
I want to be me. That's why I'm taking charge.
So how many? Okay. So when you define that you have a problem, then you have to say that there is something wrong with you. Then you are not being enough. What if there was nothing? There was no wrong, there was no right, there was no good, there was no bad. There was just the energy of it. When you read those WhatsApp messages, why would you read them first? What makes you read them first? Secondly, what energy do you get when you read them? Is it aha energy? So are you abusing yourself? Are you being unkind to yourself? Going on looking at something that doesn't that takes you away from the infinite being that you are, the happy, ease, joyous being that you are? It's our choices. What choices are we making is a solid um, thing to look at. And not making any choice wrong or right. Just the choice that lightens up your world is the choice that at that moment is required to be taken. You're playing a game of blaming others and yourself. Has it ever worked before that you think it's going to work now? So what other choices do I have? What is this? What can I do about this? Can I get total clarity and ease in this? Universe, show me how to get total clarity and ease. What would work for all of us? Maybe the universe is, maybe the family is pushing you on to the corner to choose something greater and be an invitation for them to choose something greater. Choosing exactly what they're already choosing is keeping you in the same cesspool when there is a fresh pool around. Why would you? What makes you choose that? Anytime you make yourself wrong, anytime you are made wrong, and every time you have made anybody wrong, that's abuse. Do you like being abused? Do you like to abuse? And only when you choose to be unaware, only when you choose to be unaware, that is when people abuse you and hurt you. So when you're sitting and making somebody wrong, are you aware? You are unaware. You're being wiped off with the energy that they are being. You're playing the game of blaming each other. That's when you get caught. People can catch you and abuse you and hurt you. If you're aware, you won't ever be in the wrong space at the wrong time. You will always know where to be, and you will be the energy of change for you and for everybody around. So, what are you choosing? Question, 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 question. Never, 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 never. हम कहते oh, my parents, we love them. When you care for somebody, you will let them do things to you that they shouldn't do. And most of us, we don't think it's abuse. When we tell somebody you are wrong or you should be doing this, that's abuse. When somebody tells us you are not doing what you should be doing, that's abuse. Get the energy of it. Okay, am I getting abused? Okay, what is it? What choices do I have? What do I do that I've never considered doing before? And that if that lightens up your world, go for it. Is it making any sense, Salima?
Because from many days I have been shifting my perspective towards men, fears around them. Okay, and अभी तो इतना कि जो मेरे cousins लोगों हैं, cousin
So,
जीजूस.
Salima,
I have to stop.
I have to stop you.
I have
We
to
are
stop
going.
you. We are going.
Can you mute
Can
yourself?
you mute yourself? Yeah.
You're going into the story, darling. What is the point of going into the story? You're making it valuable. You're making it more important than you. वो कहानियां इसने यह कहा इसने वो कहा ये ऐसे क्यों करता वैसे क्यों करता मुझे क्यों करता ये क्यों करता वो यू आर गिविंग एनर्जी टू इट यू आर नर्चरिंग इट इट्स ग्रोइंग इट विल ग्रो those are just their point of views interesting oh they think like that interesting point of view they think they have that point of view interesting point of view I think they have that point of view interesting point of view I have this point of view that they have this point of view just a point of view. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's not real, it's not true. And when you are being you, you open doors for people to be, people being able to change, to choose something different. You are taking responsibility for the whole world. How you interact with people, what you have to say to them, what you shouldn't be saying to them, what you have to do because you are a child, they are your parents. So, what are you doing? They are correct and you are not. You are somewhere wrong. Yes, you are wrong. If you think you're wrong, you're wrong. When you take responsibility, you validate what exactly what you don't want. One point you're saying, sorry, just got disconnected.
Kawal, someone is waiting. Manisha is waiting.
I just got disconnected. I can't see her. Let her click again. So did it make any sense, Simona?
Yeah, yes, it's making sense. So what I will have to do is break all my points of view regarding my cousins, all the fear, everything. Okay, what you said just now, na, कि
ये
they have
सारा कुछ
these
करने
points
की
of view.
जरूरत नहीं। म्यूट करो।
हाँ,
ये सारा कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं, लड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है। Just another choice that works for you. बस as simple as that. वो जो कुछ भी हो रहा है, कह रहे हैं, उसको इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दो और अपने आप में पूछो what works for you. Allowance is being an allowance of what they are. It's nothing to do with you. वो जो भी जैसे भी कह रहे हैं, आप क्या, आपको क्या, what works for you? And then you get the level of allowance that you never thought you could. And when you are that energy, then you become an invitation for people to change too. When you are in allowance, you empower others to be who they truly be. It changes their reality too. So you are the one who's choosing access. You are the one who's choosing to create different. You are different. Would you acknowledge that, please? So this is what I'd suggest, to practice allowance. Don't just get it like that, but every time you are aware and conscious and present, you will know what to do. You will not align and agree or resist and react. You would just see everything as an interesting point of view. Acceptance is aligning and agreeing, which is a positive polarity. And resistant and reaction is a negative polarity. That also is interesting point of view. If you have that interesting point of view for everything, then you can choose what works for you. So please, Gary says, if you do interesting point of view to everything for 1 year, you are totally out of drama, upset and intrigue. You're totally who you truly be. Then nothing will affect you. Then you have choice. Then you have all choice. Otherwise, you have no choice. Otherwise, you have to do exactly what everybody else tells you to do. And everywhere we have spent all our life trying to figure out what other people want from you and deliver it. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, awkward, online, short, boys, and beyond. Yesterday we were sitting together and we were saying that it's impossible to understand people, what they do. It's impossible. So what is the best choice you have? Actually, it's not even possible to know what exactly you do unless you ask yourself a question and get the lightness or the heaviness of it. And one point of time, when you keep practicing this, you would know it like this. Stop worrying about what other people will say and want, because you lose yourself in order to create a relationship with anybody. That's not a good choice. That's not a fun choice, to lose yourself, to give up yourself in favor of other people's point of views. You give them this little, you give them 100%, they'll want 200%. Will they really be happy when you deliver what everybody else wants? No, they'll have more things to be unhappy about. More things to tell you about what to do, what not to do. Happiness is a choice they are not making. Everything that brings up, would you be willing to destroy and get it all right, wrong, good, bad, awkward, on a short, boys? I'm going to put off the recording because it's over 9. Is there any burning question you can ask?